Usually a person doesn't just randomly choose to commit one of the bigger sins, like murder or adultery. If those things end up happening, it's usually because there was a slow and steady and insidious buildup to those things. So, for example, someone who commits a murder may have allowed thoughts of anger towards another person to fester, to grow in their mind. Same thing with committing adultery. So full-blown affairs are usually preceded by unchecked thoughts of lusting after someone before that. Either way, the point is going from not sinning to sinning very often includes a series of progressive attacks on what St. Augustine, or rather St. Ignatius, refers to as our weak spots, attacks on our weak spots. So these are areas or vices that are particularly hard for us to fight against and to avoid. So St. Ignatius would say that every soul is like a city that's protected by a wall that surrounds it. But every wall has its weak spots. Every wall has a crack in the bricks that make up the wall. And every clever enemy knows that if he wants to invade the city, he's got to exploit the weak spots. Now, the devil, the tempter, like an invader, he knows the weak spots in our souls. And so St. Ignatius, in rule number 14 of his rules of spiritual discernment, rule 14, he says that a person should take some time to recognize their own particular weak spots and to do what they can to either avoid those areas or to strengthen against them. And Jesus in today's gospel is giving us a clue on how to do this. So he says, for example, if your right hand causes you to suffer and to sin, cut it off. It's better for you to be maimed than to be cast into hell. Or if your eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. So Jesus is obviously not instructing us to maim ourselves, but to honestly and seriously identify and guard against occasions of sin that are particularly problematic for all of us. So the invitation today then is to take our Lord's advice and St. Ignatius's advice in identifying our weak spots and then doing what we can to strengthen ourselves against them so that we can experience the genuine freedom that the Lord desires for our souls.